Hello again, everyone. I'm back with yet another series, eye-opening, thought-provoking message, and this is part two of the video that I've done. The series on declassified files of Led Zeppelin. And if I'm being honest, we don't know. I don't know. I have to start back doing these videos again because if I'm being honest, I don't know how long we got left to do this because there are forces at work that want to silence, put things in place to silence those of us that are speaking truth. I mean, they can lie about it, say, oh, we're trying to protect, to protect others. Or they're trying to protect you from the truth, okay? That's how you see in those soap operas when, truth, bad secrets that came out. Okay, they're not trying to protect us from anything. The enemy has never had our best interest at heart. So I hope anybody try to take these down, the judgment of God comes down because, if I don't obey God, then, it's not going to go well for me because, I've been chastised enough for years and years now, especially since this pandemic had begun, to wear me down, to give me the desire to obey the Most High. So I have to do this, okay? So you have a problem with it, take it up with God, okay? Not me. But anyways, back to the subject at hand, because we got this rock and roll woman, okay? By the way, she admitted in an interview that she was able to give birth to children, okay? And these people worship Satan. That's why they got the level of fame. This stuff has nothing to do whatsoever with talent. Okay, it's all about bloodlines and stuff and pushing the New World Order agenda. Again, this is a young woman. Okay, it's a teenage girl. Okay, knows the hips. Even back then, she had she was skinny for much of her life. Okay, so she's had y'all food. I mean, y'all only making a big deal out of them because I'm gonna just say y'all think they're white, but they're not, okay? Because if I'm being honest, Yahweh Rules made a video years ago. Again, this is a young girl, okay, dressed up in boys' clothing, which is according to the book of, I think, Deuteronomy. It is according to the Bible. It's an abomination for a woman to wear any kind of clothing that pertains to a man. She trying to be all hard and gangster here. Again, in this photo, is a very unusual hue because her skin is not actually this light, okay? It's because of bleaching. Of course, the bleaching pills and shots are not available to the public. We just got bleaching creams and stuff, okay? Because they know how dangerous this stuff is. That's why she has those features because she has Native American. They say, those in a sense, they have a lot of Asian blood in them. That's why she has these features and stuff, okay? So I don't know why people make a big deal because that performance was just terrible, okay? And she said in that soft, back then she had that soft London accent, but today, she said she has a Cockney accent, like, the gecko on the Geico commercial. She mumbles a lot, so, you can't understand what she's saying clear. She doesn't, like, I noticed that when she was on pills real bad back in drugs in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, she would stumble, she was mumble a lot and stuff. I guess because of the effect that it had on her. By the way, I don't know why people keep saying that. I keep seeing captions that this photo was taken in 66. It was not taken in 1966. It was taken in August of 1967. Notice this is a black person's hand right here because Robert is actually very dark skinned, but she uses bleach. Again, notice the lazy eye, how that one, goes in, but that one looks, that one appears, this eye appears to be normal, but the right eye appears to be, off, okay, because the Antichrist is going to have a defective right eye, and this facial hair is clearly fake and stuff because she admitted in the interview that decades later, she got to know that, I wouldn't say she got to know, but it wasn't that necessary. She said she admitted she can't grow a beard, which means the presence of a vagina. This is like traditional, I guess, wear for Indians, and those the tight pants and stuff, showing off her thighs and stuff. And, I've already analyzed this picture, just a young girl dressed up as a boy. And this photo was probably taken back in 59 or 60. She was probably 14, 15 years old. Just same image. And this was taken, I think, in 64, I believe. And it's just some song that she recorded and released in 65. It didn't sound all that hot, to be honest. That's why, it was never official release because, I mean, if this woman can't sing, she never let her song to it. Again, she trying to be all, smoldering and stuff, to come hither, stare, be all sultry and vampy and stuff, trying to look sexy and stuff. But, she's racially mixed. She's not white. And I tried telling someone that years ago. I could tell by the tone that, you know, the individual knew why I was talking about. That was what God revealed to me about this lady right here was true. Okay, and though she looks out of place with, I mean, these, they look like actual guys. You know, he's a little effeminate, but you know, but she's the only one because this isn't a man. This is a woman. Okay, this photo was taken in '63. You know, when she wore the working class stuff. And this is Robert back in 1965. Okay, at the age of, I guess, 17 or something. And this suit is like a zoot suit from the 1930s or 40s. It's very outdated. Okay. And, you know, those shoes look very fashionable, by the way. Robert actually looks masculine in this photograph. Okay. You know, with the come hither stare and stuff. And Robert has the appearance of someone that's Northern Italian. Because I had a friend tell me that, you know, the Northern ones have blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, this is just something I threw in. I don't know how this got in here. This is of the Beatles as children and stuff. And, you know, George Harrison, this is clearly a young girl and stuff. And I don't know about Lennon. Lennon was the most masculine of the bunch besides Ringo and stuff. By the way, Ringo is Italian. Ringo is not Jewish. Ringo is Italian. But anyways, of course, you know, Paul McCartney is a little girl. Of course, I think they altered this photo so it looked more like the fake Paul than the real one. Okay, and this is Jimmy in the studio back in '64. Notice her hair was getting a little long, and this is how ladies style their hair. A lot of ladies style their hair at the time. This is not how men do their hair. Okay, and not a lot is known about this about Jimmy's life because they keep that stuff private. Okay, because and here again that same picture in August of '67, and this is like Shirley Wilson, and those are huge square jaw. This I got a better photo than this, but you know, and they were protesting or something about weed because this was in the drug counterculture. It hit, you know, America, especially, you know, Western culture, especially here in America. It's Robert as a child. Again, this is I think this is a young girl dressed up as a boy. You know, she was cute, you know. I can tell because of the big, you know, floppy ears. And again, the lazy right eye. Okay. And you know how the ears, uneven the ears look. I know on the clones, a lot of time the ears are uneven. I mean, she never was a real person. I mean, it's these people always were soulless from birth. And, you know, it's like the truth been online for years about these individuals, but I can't help but notice that a lot of y'all have gone to sleep on this. Okay? It's the same as for this photo was taken, I think in 65, 64, 65. Again, it's a young girl. This how ladies, especially when they had their hair real short, you know, this is borderline tomboy, haircut or something. But this is not how men did their hair because, you know, this was considered long hair back in the day, something that women folk did. Again, this is Robert in August of '67, and notice the fake facial hair. It just looks just awful. Okay, try to just make, you know, hide the weak jawline and narrow and the pointy chin and, you know, the more feminine features and stuff. Notice all those, you know, cowlicks because, you know, the hair texture. This was taken in 60, I would say 65, okay, when Jones was supposedly 19. There are no childhood pictures of this woman. And by the way, in spite of how angular her jaw and chin is she's still female, okay, because she wore some very tight pants on a few occasions back in 1970s. I can clearly see female genitalia. You know, there's also evidence that she's given birth, okay, you know, of pregnancy and childbirth, and she always looked like, then she looked, you know, chipper, but after Zeppelin, she always looked inferior and stuff, as I know these people were being abused behind the scenes. Again, this is a young girl, notice the hips, you know, even at the age of, you know, for such a skinny, you know, a young lady, you know, knows, you know, her hips and stuff. I think those are girls' boots right here, and the tiny shoulders in proportion to the hips and stuff. Oh, I don't already analyze this one. Notice, you know, this photograph is strange. I think this was taken in '59 or something. Again, Jimmy has this unnatural hue to her skin. Notice around the edges how the melanin is trying to come back. And notice how it's came back. Somebody said, well, that's just dirt. No, that's melanin. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't say I disagree with Hans Wormhat on this, but, you know, they hands are, you know, strange colors and stuff because, you know, strange hues because of hormonal abuse. So this lady has been abusing hormones for decades and trying to pass as a white man from England. By the way, I'm not sure about the other members, but, you know, I think her accent was acquired, okay? She's born in Louisiana, New Orleans, and I read somewhere that she has both American and British citizenship. Okay, this is Robert again in '65. Okay, but anyways, I'm not sure about when this photo was taken. I suspect that it might be before faint, but you know she still got a little the baby fat hanging on. And this is just Rory Gallagher. I'm not sure year this picture was taken. I'm guessing it was '66 when she was 18. This is another hormone abusing individual. Okay, she was also a sex slave, which is why she was, a bad alcoholic. This is the rest of these are. I think this one was like John Lennon. Look at the nose and the eye. These people are made the same DNA. Okay, she was like a cross between. I'm just say if Paul McCartney and John Lennon had a child, this is what it would look like. So she's just basically a composite of those two. Okay, and she was never real either. Narrow jaws, pointy chin, soft features, and Jimmy's hair was done similar. This is '67. This photo was taken in '66 or '67. Okay, I think this is I'm not sure because this individual has black features. None of these, I think this is definitely a guy. Okay, and there's a big difference in their features. Okay, and this is supposedly, Robert's younger sister, but this is obviously a boy because men have bigger skulls than women. Okay, and again, there's the lazy eye. Okay, this one's looking straight ahead at the camera. This one's looking off. This is definitely Robert, and this is a young girl dressed up as a boy. Okay, she's actually cute, but she'd even better if she was on what she was born as. Okay. But anyway, this is a photo from '65. Robert with one of her bands that she had over the years. It's the hourglass shape and the hips and stuff. But anyway, John Paul Jones looks unusually pale. By the way, John Paul Jones is black and also a lab creation because there are no pictures of this woman from childhood. And by the way, those are Negroid features. This is not a white person at all. It's notice the odd texture of the hair. And maybe she bleached it or something because that's an odd hue. Again, that's a photo of Robert from childhood. Well, let me move on to something else. I don't particularly know. I don't know. Apologies for the awkward pause there. Just I just did that by accident. But let me continue. Noticing this photo of Robert as a child. This is a young girl with her hair cut short. And even then, and those are little girl shoes right there. They did everything to put this child on a pinafore dress. And the reason why she's posed like this, because even then, they was exploiting these children. And I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not going to get too graphic with. I'm going to let y'all figure out what's going on. Because, some very sick stuff going on in elite circles. I'm just say they was abusing this child physically and otherwise. Okay? This is supposedly Bonham or something like that, but this doesn't even look like Bonham, okay? Oh yeah, this is Bonham. I'm sorry. And all of these individuals are made from black DNA. There are very few white people in the industry. And there's all this time they made us black people hate ourselves, but they were using the DNA from our ancestors to make these individuals. So I think Bonham might just be an Egyptian or something. They just altered their features and just gave them bleaching pills and shots so they could pass as white because these individuals are not white at all. Okay, they're blacks. They are passing as white. Okay, and I've already gone over this picture. I think this man right here gave birth to Robert. Either that Robert was just created in a lab because their skin is very dark. Actually, they use bleach to pass as white. And I think this was taken in '64, I believe. And she has that dope look on her face. She probably high when she took this. Is a passport photo so she could travel. She was probably high when she took it. They weren't in the heavy stuff. They noticed in this photograph that I didn't notice in the previous one how her pupils are dilated and stuff. How bright, despite how bright that flash is, it's a sign that this individual is a clone. Because real humans, their pupils aren't dilated like that in bright lights and stuff. But anyway, this photo was taken, I think, in 1960. I just now read it. But anyway, this is Robert at the age of 15 or 16. I mean, maybe 16 or something. This photo was taken in '64, I believe. Knows how bougie she looked. I think she was the shy one. And it's a young woman with her hair cut short. Okay, if there's nothing further, I'm out. Peace. Shalom. I hope y'all enjoyed this and learned something new.